Hello students, today we will talk about nucleophilic substitution reactions in alkyl halide. So first of all, nucleophile means nucleus loving species or electron rich species. For example, OH minus ions, hydroxyl ions are the nucleophiles. In nucleophilic substitution reaction, there is a replacement of halogen atom of alkyl halide by a nucleophile, and in this reaction we will get nucleophilic substituted product and the halogen release as a leaving group. So as you know, the carbon halogen bond nature is polar. The delta negative, partial negative halogen is get substituted with the nucleophile to produce nucleophilic substituted reaction. So here are two examples where alkyl halide RX, when you treat with aqueous potassium hydroxide, you will get a nucleophilic substituted product alcohol and potassium halide as a leaving or byproduct. Similarly, alkyl halide, when you treat with aqueous sodium hydroxide, you will get alcohol and sodium halide. Now another important topic related to nucleophile is ambidentate nucleophile. Ambidentate nucleophile means here in a particular nucleophile you can find two nucleophilic centers. For example, cyanide is an ambidentate nucleophile because here nitrogen can also act as a nucleophile and carbon can also act as a nucleophile. Okay, one nucleophilic center at a time. Okay, and nitrite NO2, here oxygen can also act as a nucleophile and nitrogen also can act as a nucleophile, anyone. Okay, so in any structure if you find two nucleophilic center, then such a nucleophile is called as ambidentate nucleophile. So we have certain ambidentate nucleophile and how they are going to react with alkyl halide. Let us see. If you take alcoholic potassium cyanide, when it dissociate, it will form K plus and Cn minus. Here Cn minus is a ambidentate nucleophile. When you treat with alkyl halide, you will get RCN. Here carbon act as a nucleophilic center, so it can form RCN as alkyl cyanide and potassium halide as a byproduct. Okay, and similarly when you use AgCN, silver cyanide, alcoholic silver cyanide, and treat with alkyl halide, you will get alkyl isocyanide. Here nitrogen act as a nucleophilic center, with that a byproduct AgX. So here question arise, why KCN gives cyanide, alkyl cyanide product, and AgCN gives isocyanide product. RCN is alkyl cyanide and RNC is isocyanide. We are getting different products when you use different source of nucleophile, and both are ambidentate nucleophile. And KCN provides alkyl cyanide because KCN is ionic in nature, and in this product the bond between carbon and carbon is stable. That's why alkyl cyanide is the stable product in case of KCN. Similarly, in AgCN, the product is isocyanide, alkyl isocyanide, and nitrogen is a nucleophilic center because the bond between Ag silver and carbon C is covalent. So here nitrogen act as a nucleophile, so the product is alkyl isocyanide. We have two more examples for ambidentate nucleophile. Here we have taken nitrite NO2. When you treat potassium nitrate with alkyl halide, in the same concept here oxygen act as a nucleophilic center and will get the product alkyl nitrite. Similarly, when you use silver nitrate AgNO2, here nitrogen act as a nucleophilic center and will get the product RNO2, nitroalkane. Very important concept to the exam, both for board and entrance exam. Our next topic is plane polarized light. See students, this is an ordinary light. When you pass this ordinary light through Nicol prism, you will get plane polarized light. As you can see, the light wave is vibrating in only one direction. This is a normal light where the light waves are vibrating in all the direction. When you pass such ordinary light through Nicol prism, you will get plane polarized light. When such a plane polarized light, if you pass through certain solutions of certain substances, you can find the rotation of plane polarized light either to right side, means clockwise direction, or to left side, that is in anti-clockwise direction. If any substance rotates the plane polarized light to right side direction or clockwise direction, such a substance is called as dextrorotatory substance, that is plus symbol or small d. If the substance rotates the plane polarized light to anti-clockwise direction, that is left side, such substances are called as levorotatory, represented by minus symbol or small m. Okay, so these two are dextrorotatory and levorotatory are actually optical isomers. Optical isomers means compound having same molecular formula and same structural formula but differ in the direction of rotation of plane polarized light. They are called optical isomers and the phenomena is called as optical isomerism. To find out the optical isomers, we have an instrument called polarimeter. Same instrument used to produce plane polarized light, and same polarimeter is used to designate whether the compound is dextrorotatory or levorotatory. Okay, if any substance, any mixture, if you find an equimolar mixture of both dextro and levorotatory isomer, then it is called as racemic mixture. Racemic mixture in the sense you will get 50% dextrorotatory and 50% levorotatory, or half mole of dextrorotatory and half mole of levorotatory isomer. Okay, equimolar mixture of dextro and levorotatory isomers is called as racemic mixture, represented by symbol plus minus or dl. And another important aspect is racemic mixtures are optically inactive. Optically inactive in the sense they cannot rotate the plane polarized light either to right side or to left side, because the optical activity of D isomer, dextro isomer, get cancelled by that of L isomer. If the equimolar mixture of dextrorotatory compound tries to rotate the plane polarized light to right side, then same mixture contains equimolar mixture of levorotatory isomer that rotates to left side. Okay, dextro tries to rotate the plane polarized light to right side and levo tries to rotate the plane polarized light to left side. So both gets cancelled. That's why racemic mixtures are optically inactive.